अभिषेक, तुम्हारा कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है।
या एडमिट करो। मैं जरा वो बस आईवी लीग वाली प्रेजेंटेशन से वो फर्स्ट 3 स्लाइड्स ढूंढ रहा हूँ, कहाँ गई वो।
मुंबई टॉप टियर प्रेजेंटेशन समथिंग लाइक दैट था। आकाश, क्या हो गया?
रिकॉर्डिंग बंद करिए, काम तो है नहीं ना रिकॉर्डिंग का तो।
हाँ, ठीक है।
हाँ।
Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining on a Sunday morning. Wishing all of you a very happy new year. Hope all of you had a great celebration of New Year and all of you are doing well. Welcome to the year of 2025. Hope we, as Asia's largest parent, student, and educator community, high school moms, is able to impact and is able to assist and help more and more students and their parents, obviously, in this amazing, what we call it as a maze of selecting or choosing the right career, the right university, getting the into the best of the university, getting scholarships, whether in India or overseas. And if you are attending our session for the very first time, hi, my name is Avni Parekh, and I'm the Director of Student Engagement at High School Moms and Guide. Uh, yes, I do carry almost an experience of 15 years into the space of education and guiding the students to the best of the universities globally. And we today proudly call ourselves as Asia's largest, or rather world's largest, parent, student, and educator community. We do a lot of these kind of sessions to help the students and the parents with regards to their confusion, to also help them navigate what, because typically we always get asked questions like, what should I select after my grade 10th? What should I do? Which university? Which course? And nowadays, a lot of questions are around the fact that what will happen with AI being around. Thank you so much, Ms. Srinidhi. Appreciate you switching on your camera, the first one after me. But totally appreciate. Thank you so much for doing that. And I would encourage others also. It doesn't matter. I know all of us are in the Sunday mood, but it really doesn't matter, because we are not over here to judge, but we are over here purely and purely to help you out with any of your college related queries or career related confusion. So typically a lot of queries and questions that we are getting asked nowadays by the students and the parents is that, what is the future when it comes to something where, and I was just talking to a parent yesterday, and she said that people used to feel AI and ML is 5-10 years away, but I am working in an IT sector and I know that AI is just knocking the door out. So there are a lot of questions and queries which we get asked, that what are the future proof careers? How do I ensure that I do have a good paying job in the future? How do we do that? And that's why we are over here to help you understand what is it that is going to be the best of the combinations, what is it that you should pursue beyond the typical degrees that we know that it exists, but maybe it is not enough for our kids in the future. So I am definitely privileged to once again introduce Mr. Abhishek Gupta. He is the founder and CEO of High School Moms and Guide. He is almost counseled more than 100,000 students, conducted over 1,500 plus workshops and sessions like these. And he's a proud recipient of Times Higher Education Award 2019, a proud alumni of University of California, Los Angeles. But he always likes to be called as the career coach and the career counselor for the parents and the students. So over to you, Abhishek, for next maybe couple of hours to help the students and the parents understand what is it that we are going to be talking today. And yes, the format is going to be Abhishek will be setting the context, and then we would be more than happy to take individual questions and queries of the students and the parents. But the rule of the game is very simple: whoever is on the camera will get to ask questions to us. So over to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Avni, and good morning, everybody. It's always good to be talking to all of you on a Sunday. We realize that unfortunately, career and college, confusion always takes the back seat, and parents usually spend 7 days a week working for their children, but they do not understand that those 7 days working for the children's life is useless if you are not able to solve the career and college confusion for your child. And that's when we decided that doesn't matter if parents are not free on Monday to Saturday, we will start doing it on Sunday. Somewhere we will take an extra mile, we'll walk an extra step. So, and that's why you see me and Avni both in office on a Sunday morning, uh, in the extreme cold of Delhi. It's close to 9 degrees right now, and I hate it. As much as I can say that winters allow you to put on a couple of layers of clothes and a coat and everything, but it's freezing, freezing cold, and there is no sun outside. Um, what we'll do is we'll keep the decorum very, very simple. I always say, and if you are listening to me and I want your attention for 30 seconds, if you're a parent and you're not on the camera, you know what you're trying to prove to your child? That it's okay to take certain meetings without the camera. It's okay to be unprofessional. It's okay even if your boss is on the camera and you are not. Yeah, it might just work against you in terms of your appraisal, but being laid back and being lazy is fine. That's what you're telling to your child. No kidding. I always say that kids do not listen to their ears, they listen to their eyes. And that's a fact. I can say that my son touches me touching my dad's feet and my mom's feet every morning. I don't need to tell him. He just understands that it is a good thing to do. When I am a very progressive father, being the dad of world's number one debater, being the dad of years, being the dad of a kid who got an honorable mention being the dad of a kid who won ESCOM, the oldest science fair in the world, for creating a belt which detects early signs of Parkinson's. I am a very progressive father, but I always feel that if I do not do it, my son will never do it. And he will not do it just simply because if I say, oh, this is the right thing to do, because he understands and he is logical and he will question himself that if this was right thing to do, why is dad not doing it? Right. So it's good that as a parent, you are on the camera because 99% of your child's life professionally will be on Zoom, uh, working remotely, not working from home, but working remotely. Rather, you should never encourage the behavior of working from home. I always tell this that if until unless you step out of your home, you do not know how big the world is. You stay within the cocoon, you'll never understand what amazing things are happening around, and what amazing technologies are getting built. So thank you so much for everyone who's on the camera. I will definitely like to acknowledge Srinidhi, Miss David, Vibhu Chadda. Okay, this is some designer Niyati, Raman, Sandhya, Saksham Misri's mom, I guess. Um, I cannot pronounce your name. It's ADB, Raja Rajeshwari, Parag, Kunjan, Yogita, Shaurya, Sonam, Swapnali, our own Avni Parekh, Sucheta, Suhani Bhatt, Neha Pandey, Vikrant, Shrivani Praveen, Amit Jain, and Dr. Jigna. Thank you so much for being on the camera. I do see Yashvi, Jinky, Sumalatha, Shilpi, Neha, Vinayak, and Aditi. Avni, if it is possible, can you please just 1 second. Okay, I'm just rebooting my net.
Hmm. Okay, let's wait for Abhishek to come back and then we shall commence the session. Okay.
Yeah, guess I'm back. All right, so thank you everybody for starting. Avni, if you can do me a favor, if you can drop a message to Isha and ask Saksham to join in, and I want Saksham to be here. Um, we also take these opportunities to train new joinees in the team. So I'm just asking Avni to ask a new joinee to be here to get trained alongside us. Okay, for those of you who are joining in for the first time with us, let me quickly tell you who we are, and then go and answer your career college related queries. Please remember, questions will be only answered by people for the people who are continuously on the camera. I will not take any questions from the chat. So in case if you are planning to put questions in the chat, please understand we are going to safely ignore it right now until unless Avni has some time to reply back to you on the chat. We will respect people who are there on the camera first. Good enough. Just to tell you, I'm the founder of what you know as High School Moms. It's world's largest parent-student educator community, and we reach out to 45 plus million parents and students in India, South Asia, Middle East, North America, UK, and possibly we are the most trusted and respected communities when it comes to child's college and career journey. I'm also the founder of International Alliance of Counselors and Educators. Consider it like an association in the field of education, that to possibly one of the largest associations in Asia Pacific, which is a consortium of high school principals, counselors, and universities. What you see on the screen is a flagship event owned by the property is owned by High School Moms. And what you see on the screen is 200 plus principals who are selected after a rigorous round to be allowed to come and attend this event. This event is called Educator Rendezvous. It always happens in Goa. Last year, it happened at W Goa. And for 3 days, the entire resort was blocked by high school moms and the doors were closed. So once the principals were in, they were not allowed to move out. And everything from training to counseling to discussions to partying, everything happened within those closed rooms. We just did not allow anybody to come out. Chances are some of the finest principles of the country are right there. Very progressive principles are right there. And if you also see, some of the foreign dignitaries are right there. These are the presidents of various universities who travel down. And the event is also sponsored by none other than LinkedIn. So you can understand the scale of the event. I'm also the founder of what is called Guide AI. Guide AI is a unique edtech company. We are personalizing college and career journey. 90,000 plus students are there on Guide. And what you see on the screen is the picture of some of our student club members. So Guide also has a club where your children can join and participate and build a profile and engage with students from around the country. This entire club is led by 45 member student council, and they are the ones who host conferences like these. So we do not even allow, so we fly these kids in and they host the conference. We do not allow professional MCs to come because it's a great learning experience for these students. Um, Very proud to say, apart from being the founder of world's largest parent student community, Asia Pacific's largest association in the field of education, um, last 2 months have been really, really exciting for me. because Guide got selected by Forbes, none other than Forbes. And we got selected as the 200 topmost companies with potential global impact. So we are impacting globally and the only one from education. Um, at the end of the day, what truly matters is whatever you and me do as a parent. My son goes to grade 11, your child must be in grade 9, 10, 11, 12. And I can tell you that whatever we do, how much ever we earn, I don't say that I don't earn well. I definitely earn well. Um, how much ever we earn, everything is useless if my child is still confused and if my child is still unaware what they want to do in life. I would consider it is the biggest failure for me as a father if my child is unable to decide where to go, what to do. I will also consider my failure if my child does not go to a reputed university. I always say, while it is important for the kids to perform, but kids only go to great universities when parents are intentional about it. It's never the intentionality of the child. As a parent, are you intentional about your child going to any university, or are you intentional about your child going to the top tier universities? Period. Now you would say, why top tier? And when I say top tier, I'm not saying just outside India. No, either it's a top tier university in India or outside India, but it has to be a top tier university. Now, the reason why I always say that it is important to go to a top tier university is because of two things. And first example I'll give you of mine. Do you see a pattern where a young counselor at the age of 30, 32, because in this industry, usually counselors are supposed to have gray hair, and that's why they are respected. But at the age of 30, 32, when I jumped into counseling, and today I'm 45, so about a decade plus years, 12, 13 years of experience in the field of counseling. Do you see a pattern why Guide became among the top 200 companies selected by Forbes, or high school moms became world's largest parent-student community, or INACE became Asia Pacific's only association in the field of education? Do you see a pattern here? Or for that matter, why Abhishek Gupta is known as Asia's number one counselor? Do you see a pattern? And if you see the pattern, you would realize that it has little to do with Abhishek Gupta, but it has a lot to do with where Abhishek Gupta comes from. And it's a university called University of California, Los Angeles, which is among the top possibly 10 universities after Ivy Leagues in the world. And this is where the first lesson for you would be. My father came from, I would say, a lower middle class family. I came from a typical middle class family because my father worked hard. My son is born in an HNI family, high net worth individual family. And I always say this, that the best gift my dad could give me was a secondhand cycle. But my son does not understand those days, though those were also very happy days. It's not a sad story. I was extremely delighted when I got that secondhand cycle. It was a Hero Ranger with a straight handle. Um, those days, straight handle was a fad. Um, but my son would not understand it because the day my son was born on 26th May 2008, he came out of the hospital in a BMW. He would never understand what it means to have a secondhand cycle. And I don't want him to understand that. I don't want him to understand that. But what I want him to understand is that how come a son of a typical middle class family who could not even afford more than a second-hand bicycle is now able to drive one of the most expensive cars on road? How come that child who has never even traveled in an AC three tire is now only traveling business class? And when you actually see all that, the entire credit goes to a great institution. So my father could not afford it, but my father was definitely intentional about it. And because of his intentionality, I got a scholarship so that I could afford it to go and study. And when you go to a great institution as a child, or when you send your child to a great institution, Number one that will happen is that even if your child doesn't do anything, वो सीधा भी खड़ा हो जाएगा ना, तब भी एक बार को तो अपॉर्चुनिटी आकर के उसको हिट करेगी. That's the value of a great institution. Instead of struggling, instead of finding the feet, instead of finding that internship. The second one is that little did I know, and I'll again explain this with an example, that about a month and a half back on an odd Wednesday, my son came to me and said, Papa, and obviously we are trying and making his profile for an Ivy League, and that too with scholarship. And we are very intentional about it. Um, he came to me, and whether he'll go to Ivy League or not, that only time will tell by this year December. We'll get to know where he ends up going. By this year December, he'll have his offer letters. But the fact remains is he came to me and said, Papa, I need an internship. That's the only missing element on my profile right now. I need to do an internship. And I said, okay. And because he's wanting to go into economics and mathematics and computer science to study, I said, I think the best internship for you would be in a venture capital firm or a private equity firm, right? That's the kind of internship that you should do. And he said, yeah, Papa, I want to do something like that. This happened on Wednesday evening, about 1.5 months back. Friday morning, he had an email from a company called Antler. Now, Antler is a big time venture capital firm for startups in the world. Okay. And it is very reputed. It only selects the best of the startups to fund them. And within about 36 hours, he had an internship letter. That's the second reason why you send your child to a great institution, because his father went to UCLA. It took me just one WhatsApp message on my alumni group to get him an internship. And little did I know that this is how it works, because when you go to a great institution, you have some numbers in your mobile phone when you graduate. 10 years down the line, every number in your mobile phone is of a CTO, CXO, or a CMO, because these are the kids who actually become the CTOs and CXOs and CMOs. And I always say, your network is your net worth. जो काम एक फोन पे हो जाता है वो करोड़ों रुपए देके नहीं होता. So instead of my intent is not to make you feel burdened or bad. My intent is to tell you that you are starting the journey now for your child's college and career. And if you are not intentional about it, these things will not happen. Always remember, you also know you guys are working. Your next salary is dependent on your previous salary. Your next job role is dependent on your previous role. So when you start on a strong footing, it gives you a multiplier effect. I always say going to a top tier university is like a springboard. At least you'll get one high jump so that then you can continue on. Yeah, after 5 years, 7 years, nobody bothers which institution you graduated from, because what matters is what your previous quality of experience. But still, if your alum or your batchmate is in some other company, your chances become easy. At High School Moms and at Guide, we are very intentional about sending our students only to a top tier university. And that's why some of the offer letters I want to show you of this year, Mihika Mukherjee, we have been counseling her for 3 years, gets into Cornell, which is an Ivy League. Vibhuti, we have been counseling her for 3 years. She gets into New York University Stern School of Business. That's number 3 in the world for management, number 1 in the world for finance. It's Stanford, Wharton, and NYU. We got multiple admissions for Ayan Bhola, including University of Minnesota Twin Cities, which is among the top 15 in the world for data science, and he's going for data science. We got University of Illinois Chicago for Navya Agarwal. Just yesterday, we got one of the most reputed law programs admits in the world for Gitansh Gupta. He got accepted into law program at Manchester, which is also a professional law program, one of the top 5 universities in UK and the most prestigious university for law, and a part of the Russell Group. Disclaimer: yes, Gitansh is is very well known to me because we have been mentoring him and counseling him for 3 years. We got Pranjal from Vibgyor in Bangalore, who got into University of Birmingham into mechanical engineering. Last year we got, and these are just some of the offers. Last year we got $180,000 with University of British Columbia for our student Siddhant Bhardwaj. We got Cornell once more. We got King's College London. We got a full ride in number one university in India today, which is called Flame. Not just one, but last year we got 4 full rides, and I'm expecting about 7 to 8 full rides this year in Flame and in Ashoka put together. And those are the offer letters of the full ride offers that came last year. We have obviously removed the address of this child so that their privacy is secured. We got an NYU last year. We got Purdue, which is among the top 15. We got Harvard. We got Drexel. We got London School of Economics, right? And just to tell you that our students are studying at the best of the universities in the world. And this session, now going forward, is only and only for those parents and students who are intentional about going to a top tier university. We will answer your career and college related queries. We will take as many questions as we can. We we will take the people who are there on the camera consistently, and my team will assist me for that. But let's quickly jump into a couple of questions, which most obviously a good counselor always gets. Okay. Number one, what is the right time to start career planning for the child? For those of you who are listening to this, the right time to start the career planning for your child is as early as grade 9. Is as early as grade 9. Now you would say, oh, isn't the child too young to decide about the career and colleges? Yes, he or she is. They are young. Unfortunately, the best of the universities will look at their trajectory starting grade 9 onwards. So if you do not start, you'll be late. Um, a good counseling team, in this case, guide and high school moms, will ensure that your child is able to find the right career trajectory and is able to go to the right career, including a top tier university over the period of next 3 years. Now, why do I say three? You should say ninth hai, 10th hai, 11th hai, 12th hai, to 4 saal hai, Abhishek. No, they are not 4. If you actually see all the offer letters that I showed you, all the offer letters have already arrived in the month of December, which means the child entered grade 12 in the month of April. We made the applications to India and outside India in the month of August, September, and October, and now we are already receiving offer letters, which means 12th तो है ही नहीं, because 6 से 7 महीने तो application तैयार होने में लग जाते हैं. Another interesting question is, oh, but my child is already in grade 10. Oh, my child is already in grade.
Okay, just a second. Abhishek's internet, I guess, is fluctuating. Just let me go and tell him. Okay, Abhishek, you're back.
Yep. So some of you would say that, but oh, Abhishek, my child is already in grade 10. Oh, my child is already in grade 11. My child is already in grade 12. Is it too late? Do you think it's even worth asking that question? Yeah, it's late. Will you not start now? Will you give up? I mean, these are the questions which really make me furious, to the extent even I find them hilarious. That, what kind of questions are these, Ikshayavardhan? What kind of questions are these? You haven't done it till yet, and you still do not want to do it because now you're worried we are late. Right? I mean, it's crazy. The third thing is, some parents come to me and say, Abhishek, we have been following you for last 4 years and we have attended multiple sessions. And I'm like, whoa, you definitely did not listen anything I said, that means. Because if you're just continuously attending sessions, do you think that's how you're going to help it? It's like, I always say, you're following everybody on Instagram and watching the motivational videos and saving them for later use, right? Have you gotten motivated? Have you become successful after watching them? The only person who's becoming successful when you watch and save those videos is the person who's making those videos. That's it. So either you start making those videos or stop saving them, right? It's ridiculous. I mean, over analysis will lead to paralysis. You've been attending so many sessions, but you do not take an action. How does it even help? It's like repeat telecast of information. Tomorrow morning, you all will go to office, you all will get busy, and the child will again take a back seat. So you all say we love our children. Do you truly do? Question mark. And I'll give you an example. Um, there is a university in India called Flame. 25,000 applications, 700 seats. There is a university where recently Mihika got into. It's called Cornell. It's an Ivy League. Ivy League का मतलब समझते हैं आप? 4 साल में जब महिका ग्रेजुएट होकर निकलेगी तो बेयर मिनिमम 1.5 करोड़ रुपए पर साल की सैलरी पे होगी. That's what it means. Period. That's what it means. Right? फ्लेम का एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म 18 पेज का है, जिसमें मार्क्स एंटर करने के लिए सिर्फ एक कॉलम है. बाकी 18 पेज में कुछ 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 तो मांगा है. दे हैव आस्क्ड फॉर समथिंग. ओके. हार्वर्ड का एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म रिक्वायर्स अ कॉमन ऐप विच इज अबाउट 20 पेजेस, 4 essays, 10 activities, bare minimum 5 awards and accolades, followed by additional supplemental essays of Harvard and Harvard's application form. So about 25-page form with about 7 to 8 essays, 10 activities, 5 accolades, passion project, statement of purpose, letters of recommendation. Whoa. Do you really think, forget about Harvard, let's talk about 18-page form of Flame, number one private university in India in today's time, 25,000 applications, 700 seats. Do you think your child will open that application? And guess what? The first round of that application got over on 7th of December. 7th of December, the first round got over. My students will have the offer letter by 17th of January, which is this month. Okay. Now tell me, do you think in grade 12, your child will open that form in the month of September, on September 15th when the form opens, and you will be able to fill that form completely in about 2 weeks? No. You got to open that form today. Sit with your child. Fill everything in that form. Go till the end. Just don't click the submit button because that's when you'll have to pay 4,000, 3,000, 2,000 rupees. But have a look at the form. Write down everything they are asking and spend next 2 years ensuring that your child does everything bloody possible so that no column in that form is left blank. That's called intentionality. That's called intentionality, and that's called love. So it's so easy to blame your child, right? Oh, but my child is not doing anything. Oh, they are distracted. Oh, they do not know anything. I mean, I always say, my son comes to me, and the other day, I'll tell you, I have created this amazing relation between me and my son, where I've told him, Beta, your job is to do it. Papa's job is to research. No kidding. It's not his job. How do we talk to our kids? Oh, you are always, all the time, you are on social media. You're always on internet, right? I'll give you one small example. How many of you knew that in today's time, best of the universities in India and outside India do not even need your grade 12 board results to give you admission? Rather, offer letters will come 6 months before your child even gets their grade 12 results. Some of you, not all of you. Can I ask you one question? What are you doing on internet throughout the day as a parent? This information is there on internet. You got to do research. So either you do research or you bloody outsource that research to people like us. Neither you want to do the first one nor you want to do the second one. And then you say, oh boy, we love our children. We want them to work hard. Working hard does not get you success. Planning gets you success. Do you know who needs to work hard? People who do not plan. No kidding. I'll show you. You want to see the real WhatsApp messages between me and my son? There you go. It says Shivansh, my life. Look at him. Papa, please check for revert from Lumiere, which is a research organization. Papa, please revert on news publication. For an award from ET, he has applied for an Economic Times award. If possible, what about being published in news journals like Forbes? So he's doing certain things, and he wants me to research, and I'm very happy researching because I've set that context right. Beta, you do not have time to research and do it. You only have time to do it. Let Papa do the research for you. So send it to me. I will do it for you. Let me know what needs to be done. I will do it for you. Now, another interesting question that comes to me before we start answering your questions is, most people come to me and say, but Abhishek, I mean, we know that you are so proud of Shivansh, but what the heck, right? He's your child. I mean, his father is a counselor. Yeah, his father is a counselor. Uski galti hai? Nahi hai. Like, you will open all the doors possible for your child. I do everything possible to open the doors for my child. Right? But the fact is, I had put him into debating, knowing that 25% of the students at Ivy Leagues are debaters. So I had put him into debating at the age of 6. But becoming world's #1 debater, he did it himself. Do you even know? Some of your children might be able to speak well and they are participating in MUNs. Do you know, to participate in the Oxford University Debating League, you do not even need to go to Oxford. You do it sitting at home from your Zoom. You only go for the finale. So 99% things that my child has done using the same laptop and same internet connection that you have. It's only about intentionality. Are you intentional of putting your child into a league which is different? And this league that I generally say is called the top 1% league. So when you say that my child is preparing for college, it's a wrong statement. When you say, Abhishek, please tell me what is the best career after 10+2 commerce. For the lack of better word, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrong question. Not all CAs are successful. Not all financial consultants are successful. Not all company secretaries are successful. So the question should be, Abhishek, what is that career for my child who is like X, Y, and Z that can take my child to the top 1% of that career? Not any career. Because I always tell Shivansh, beta, either do something where you are among the top 1% or don't do it, because baki 99% सिर्फ जी रहे हैं. गेम सारा top 1% के हाथ में होता है. And I give this example so many times. There must be 20 good counselors like Abhishek Gupta in India. Why is Abhishek Gupta known as Asia's #1? It's not just because of counseling skills. It is because these 20 were great counselors in a closed room. But I'm also a great counselor in a room full of audience, whether on Zoom or in person. Because I had the ability to create high school moms, so 45 million people know me. Because I had the ability to create International Alliance of Counselors and Educators, so that 5,000 schools know me. So it's not about a career. It's about which career will allow your child to go to the top 1%. With that, I will now open the house for questions. and answers, please raise your hands. Questions will only and only be taken from people on the camera. Deepti Mishra will go with you first. You got to introduce yourself, buddy.
So my name is Daksh Mishra. I'm in ninth grade, and so I have some interest in making 3D animated short videos. So I wanted to know if it's worth it in the future.
It's definitely worth it in the future. Just be cognizant of the fact that animation, designing, these are some of the careers which are very easily going to be replaced by pure AI. So if you are wanting to become a designer, especially an animation designer, UI UX designer, then what you need to do is go for a degree which will not just teach you designing, UI UX and animation and multimedia, but you should always have your minors in artificial intelligence so that you can combine both and keep your career secured. People ask me, will all the careers go away? No, they will not. But the way you are looking at careers will definitely change. It's already changing. Okay. So ideally, in my sense, you should be looking at a great degree, which could be a BDES with a minors in AI, or a great degree in multimedia and animation with a minors in AI. Any other question? Mr. Mishra, where did you go? I lost you somewhere. Okay. Let me just unmute you again. Do you have any other question?
So would you recommend like any courses or colleges? I muted myself.
Too early, beta. You are in grade 9 right now. What I recommend right now is take your SATs. Prepare well for SATs. It's accepted in 50 plus universities in India. It's accepted globally. What I recommend is do some courses, online courses in Python. There's an amazing course on Coursera where you can start from. It's called Python for Everyone. It's by IBM. It's a 25-hour course. Do that. What I recommend is build a great profile alongside build a great portfolio so that you can then go to the top tier universities. If you want to prepare for SATs, Guide and High School Moms have online classes. Tens of thousands of students take these online classes every year. They are
Okay. Abhishek, we
it seems my net is issue today a little bit, yeah? Just 1 second. Avni, which one do I choose? EXT1 or EXT2? Because Geo seems to be a problem. Which one do I take? EXT1 or EXT2?
which one are you on?
I'm on Geo right now. It seems to be a problem.
EXT1 in that case.
This one?
Yeah.
5G?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm back. It seems some connectivity issue at my end. Um, so yeah, so if you want to prepare for your SATs, you can come back and take your SAT prep from us. We provide both weekday, weekend online classes, SATs, and online exams. So you should only take online classes. However, our SAT prep, our advanced placement prep comes with a unique assurance that even if you do not score well in your first attempt or you want to improve your score, we will not charge you or your parent again. And we will prepare you absolutely free of cost the second attempt or the third attempt because even we need your score to be flashed on our website in our PPTs. So that's how it is. Avni, my voice is clear? Okay, awesome.
The classes start from ninth grade.
Yeah, so if you are right now in ninth, beta, then you're just fooling yourself by saying that you are in ninth because you're almost on the verge of ninth and you're entering 10th. So let's accept it. You are mentally developed as 10. Uh, so go ahead and you talk to them. Avni will give you the number on which you can talk to or your parents can talk to our team. Okay.
Also, is there any other related career field which won't be affected by AI?
There could be 200 careers which will not be affected by AI.
No, no, related like 3D
The
animation.
animation, multimedia will be affected by AI. Period. Will be affected by AI. I mean, let me just show you. I mean, this is something which I always show, but let me just show you something. Let's give AI a very complicated design and ask AI to create it. And this was the one that I did last time with everybody in the Zoom room. So I'm gonna copy the same prompt and do it. I'm copying the same prompt and doing it. Okay. So I'm asking AI uh, to create a design of India's Republic Day and showcase India as Bharat Mata in a traditional Indian attire. But this Bharat Mata is a modern Indian woman who could be a fighter pilot and a technocrat, and all in one design. A very complicated design. Let's see if AI can do it. Bharat Mata, India's Republic Day, traditional Indian sari, wearing a fighter pilot helmet, having a laptop and gadgets in her hand. I give them two more commands and it'll be perfect. And not one, but two designs. So any kind of a career in design will be. I mean, and what you see or what you saw right now is a very basic version of AI. I always say that it took TV from black and white TV to OLED plasma, a journey of 45 years. Right now, what you're seeing is kind of a black and white TV era of AI. But do you know when is the color TV era gonna come? This year, March, 2025 March. So I want parents to be cognizant of it. Otherwise, 4 years and you will see. And I do not know whether you know this research report. I also made an article on LinkedIn about it. AI will impact the maximum only to two kinds of clientele: middle income and higher middle income. The ones who wanted their children to become lawyers, engineers, doctors. That's the one that's going to get impacted the most, because AI cannot take over plumbing and electrical. It cannot take over carpentry, and people who are filthy rich, they will move towards AI very, very fast. So, and it was a research report on LinkedIn that middle income group needs to be completely cognizant of. All right, Avni, who's the next one?
Okay, let's take Miss Srinidhi because she was the first one to switch on her camera.
Done.
Hello. Hi, Abhishek. I'm Viveka, Srinidhi's mother. Srinidhi's right here next to me. Hello. So I'm just going to cut a very long story as much as short as possible to save time for everyone. Srinidhi was in IGCSE from grade 5. Prior to that, she was in the UK. And grade 10 till grade 10, we were on the right track, planning to pursue IB in 11th and 12th. Then had some confusion. We were thinking about scholarships for undergrad, and if it's not going to be a full ride, we didn't think it would be possible. And there was also talks about going into medicine. So I did a very big mistake of shifting her to CBSE in the year 11 and went one step ahead and enrolled her in Allen as well for NEET coaching. So and then I saw her struggling because she was a very good student in grade 10, all three A stars in all her sciences, A in math. So I did not want her to struggle because she was not able to put her 100% in the boards as well as 100% in NEET. And I saw it was just killing her confidence. So at least now I've kind of woken up and taken the decision to pull her out of Allen and just continue with CBSE in her 12th, because I don't see any other option. She does not want to repeat year 11 again. So she's a PCB student. Now, my question is, she's not 100% focused on medicine. She's okay with allied sciences as well. So I've done my research, bioinformatics, biomedical science. We've talked about speech therapy, physician's assistant, various courses in allied science. She, as a child, has been wanting to go abroad, but I would not be able to fund her undergrad if it's not going to be a full ride, Abhishek. And I know I'm late, but I would like to see if there is an opportunity for her to try anywhere, or in India itself. What are the good bioinformatics? I know you've been saying that bioinformatics is the future there for bio-related students, if not for medicine and all that. So would like to know what are her options here in India if she's going to pursue undergrad. I know.
No, I was about to write the fourth thing, but the first thing that I've written that you need to do is say sorry to her.
I did. I did. As a parent, you don't know how much it kills me to see her confidence going down, because she was a very good student. She's done her MUNs. She was swimming, but now in 11th, I saw that she did not have time for anything else at all.
I do not want to make you feel bad. I know you are already feeling guilty about it, Srini. Yeah. Because Srinidhi has been put into Allen and CBSE.
Yeah.
But I want, and let me honestly actually appreciate you for acknowledging it, and that too publicly. I mean, this could have been the best apology you could have given to her. And it's like the best apology, beta, that you could ever get from somebody.
Yes.
But I want to make an example out of you, and I want to tell everybody, what the heck do you want actually from your children? I mean, what do you want? Do you want them to be successful, or do you just want them to be an engineer or a doctor? Answer it to yourself. A 16-year journey for the field of medicine, if your child is able to crack every possible exam in the first attempt.
Yeah.
A 16-year journey. 25 lakh aspirants, 1.25 lakh seats, out of which only 95% are in the general category. Do you really think sending somebody to Allen or Gagan Institute of Medical Preparation or whatever is the way that they will be able to crack NEET and crack IIT? Are you kidding me? I mean, have you lost it? Where is the backup?
Yeah.
And the first thing they teach at a good B school is that your backups needs to be created first, and your backups need to be better than primary, because you cannot have a backup ka backup. Right? Second, this utter fascination of moving your children from an international curriculum to national or vice versa, without taking an input from a good counselor, you are inviting trouble.
Yeah, true.
Because there is a certain way an IGCSE and IB kid has been trained to write exams.
Yes.
They are trained to understand and then write it in their own words. They are focused on the whys and not the what. Versus in CBSE or a national curriculum, the focus is mug up and replicate as it is. The focus is on the what, not the whys. And that's why if you move a CBSE kid without taking a proper consultation to IB, their scores will drop. If you move an international curriculum kid to a CBSE curriculum, their scores will drop. Yes, should we move it if the child is not performing in a particular board? After finding out why the child is not performing.
Yeah.
And not because a teacher in the parent-teacher meeting says, oh, your child is very good, has all the potential, but does silly mistakes. Trust me, each one of you have got the same feedback. Just raise your hand if everybody has got the same feedback.
Yeah.
Look at that. So which means you're trying to say that every child is just making silly mistakes. No, it means that the teachers have actually not done their research right. They found one statement जो सबको पेल दिया जा रहा है. There is a difference. If your child is able to understand in the class, in the tuition, and still not getting marks, that means your child is not a bad student. It means your child is a good student, maybe a bad test taker. And the other thing is your child not able to perform on particular subjects? My own son was typical. Nobody fails in grade 5. My son failed grade 5 mathematics. I never gave him maths tuitions because his problem was not mistakes. His problem was logic. So we put him into coding as early as grade 5. Today, he's world ranked 31 in one of the toughest mathematics competitions in the world called American Mathematical Challenge. No tuitions so far in maths. So it's the way you react is very different. Now, coming to, yes, you invited trouble by changing the curriculum, because only if you knew an international curriculum is equally valid in India.
Okay.
It's equally valid in India. So if your child is studying IBDP or your child is studying AS or A levels, they are still eligible to apply to all the national colleges and universities and take the entrances. It would not have made a difference.
Okay.
In terms of bioinformatics that you said, your child is a PCB student. Let me ask Srinidhi now. Srinidhi, on a scale of 9, and I don't care about marks, okay? On a scale of 9, 1 being the least, 9 being the highest, do you enjoy maths?
I would say 4 or 5.
Bioinformatics is not the career for you, beta.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The fact remains is that career is, for the lack of better word, is nothing but the use of data science in the field of life sciences.
Okay.
For the lack of better word, why did polio vaccine took 45 years, whereas COVID vaccine took 11 months?
Okay.
It's because of the person called bioinformatics specialist
Okay.
who did millions of combinations, and on the basis of AI and data science was able to bring those combinations down to 100 and say, we will only try these 100. They have the
Okay.
maximum chances.
Hmm.
Okay. But that career is purely dependent on maths, on
Okay.
computer programming, and biology. It is not the other way around.
Okay.
Okay.
So out completely. Now, which is the right career for you? I do not know. Either you come to me formally and take my career counseling, or you find it out yourself. But there are certain careers in the field of medicine which allow you to become a professional in about 6 years after grade 12 instead of 16 like a doctor,
Okay.
and which end up paying you far higher than
Okay.
being a doctor. Bioinformatics is one. The
Mhm.
second one is microbiology in today's time. Okay.
All right.
So understand, was there a demand for bioinformatics or microbiology 10 years back? The answer was no. So don't judge these careers from the lens of the past.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a demand today? The answer is a yes with a capital Y, capital E, and capital S. Period.
Okay.
Okay. Now, microbiology as a career, you would need to do your bachelor's in biology and a master's in microbiology.
Okay.
Okay. Another possible option for you is beta going into the field of counseling and advisory.
Okay.
Okay. The moment you combine biology with psychology, you can actually become a counseling psychologist. And let me tell you, hear this carefully. धीरे धीरे हम सब पागल हो रहे हैं.
That's true.
The requirement for a counseling psychologist, you really want to know, pick up any city that you feel comfortable on Google.
Okay.
Search teenage counseling psychologist, top 10, call up 5 of them, look at their waiting period and look at their average fees.
Okay.
17,000 rupees per hour is an average in Delhi, in Mumbai, in Calcutta, in Hyderabad. 17,000 rupees per hour. And the waiting period is about 8 days.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can look at programs where you study biology major and psychology minor, or vice versa. The third is a career into neuroscience, okay, which you can ideally do with biology and psychology, because good universities teach neuroscience as a part of psychology, and good universities teach neuroscience as a part of biology.
Okay.
These are the top three that I would be looking at if your maths is at 4 or 5. Coming back to your mom's last question, Abhishek, I'll not be able to send my child till she gets a full ride. Mrs. Ramanan,
Yeah,
full ride is not halwa.
I know. So I understand that I'm a little late on that wagon because
Forget about that. Forget about that. Srinidhi needs to understand that if a university, I mean, I can, I can give you names on the top of my hand. I have students studying full ride in India. I have students studying full ride outside India. I have Rhodes Scholars. I have Chancellor Awards recipients. Okay. I have scholar awards at variety of universities. I have presidential scholarships at variety of universities. Okay.
okay.
These were the students who were intentional about it for 3 to 4 years.
Right.
I do not know what do you mean when it's full ride. It cannot be as of now coming into grade 11 and coming to me. How much did you score in you are in grade 11 right now, right?
Yes.
How much do you think you will be able to score in your finals?
Um, so till now, because I was in Allen as well, my board marks have been less than I would have been able to do without Allen. But now, since we're dropping out, I'm planning on focusing completely. So hopefully,
Beta,
like in
beta. There were two kids. They were asked one question. Okay. And the question was same, and look at their responses. The first kid was asked, Beta, where are you studying? So he said, because in grade 11 and 12, it was not a good time. I was really under stress, and my mental balance was not in the right shape. So I could not score really well in my CBSE board exam. So I'm studying at Motilal Nehru College. The other one was asked, where are you studying? And he said, University of California, Los Angeles.
yeah,
What is the difference?
no excuses.
The difference is when you know that it would matter, you don't give gyan.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not interested why you will not score. That's not the time I have right now.
Yes.
I mean, those kind of things we will focus when you are under our team directly, right?
Okay.
Now it's more about giving you some responses so that you are able to sort it out because you're not with us.
Okay.
So how much would you score? Period.
Around 85 to 90%.
You are eligible for good scholarships. Your
Okay.
mom needs to understand that she will still need to spend about 8 to 10 lakh rupees bare minimum on you to be able to make your profile in such a manner that you are able to secure great scholarships both in
Okay.
India and outside India. And that's where I'll rest my case.
Okay.
Okay.
If you would have said 75%, I would have said no scholarships possible. If you are saying anything between 80 to 85% to 90%, the only thing that we require now is a great story, and you
Okay.
have a story. Your true
Yes.
story is your mother is sorry, she made a mistake, and we will capitalize on this story.
No,
Okay.
that's true. I think to any great universities, a good story matters, and if it's coming right from the heart of the child, then I think that is a very legible, letter as well.
Bring her to us, ma'am.
I
I
will.
always say, and this is for everybody, if you are truly intentional about your child's career and a journey into a top tier university, अगर आप नहीं चाहते कि आपका बच्चा सेम स्ट्रगल करे जो आपने किया है, तो पहले तो ओवर एनालिसिस करना बंद करिए. आपको क्या लगता है a team like guide and high school moms or Abhishek Gupta will come free? No, they will not. The whatever free we can do is we are doing it through these webinars.
True. Yeah.
We are a premium team, but then remember this, the data point. If you bring your child to us in grade 9, 75% are your chances that your child is going to their top tier universities with scholarships. You bring the same child to us in grade 11, the chances will fall down to 35%.
Okay.
It's not about how good or how bad is your child. It's not about how good or how bad was the counseling team. It's about time
Time
value
management. Yeah.
being spent. It
Okay.
takes time to build a profile,
Okay. Okay.
right? So
Right.
bring her to us. We will
Yeah.
make her do her SATs. We'll make her do few APs, and we will definitely put her into our college application services. Bring her
Right.
to us, and 80-85%, Srinidhi, just one suggestion, beta.
Yeah.
Do whatever. Get me
Okay.
a bloody 85.
Okay.
Right. Abhishek, just one last question. She did her PSAT in, I think, grade 10. She was in the 94th percentile. She plans to take her SATs now. I guess she'll start preparing. But do universities like Flame and Ashoka here take SAT scores, or is it only the abroad?
50 plus universities in India take SAT.
Okay.
Flame, if she scores a good SAT score, she will not even need to write any Flame entrance.
Okay.
Ashoka gives additional points for SATs.
Okay.
Plaksha, Symbiosis, OP Jindal School of Liberal Arts, VIT Vellore. There are so many other universities where you will not be required to write any entrance, Trinity, if you
Okay.
get SAT right. Just
Okay.
remember,
Okay.
don't do this mistake of preparing your SAT yourself.
Okay.
Don't do this mistake, and not because we run SAT classes. Let me tell you, my son is phenomenal.
Okay.
He still needed SAT classes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay? Because SAT is not about concepts. We are talking about a paper where calculator is allowed, but you will still go wrong.
Yeah.
We're talking about a paper where the right answer in English could be incorrect and the most incorrect answer could be correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? It's about logic.
Okay.
So please understand, this paper is about strategies, not concepts. You can learn yourself if there are concepts. You cannot learn strategies. I'll give you a classic example. I am driving the car. It's correct English. The car is being driven by me. It's absolutely correct English too. One is
Yes.
active voice, one is passive voice. If these are the two answers on an English paper, you get 1 marks each. If these are the two answers on SAT, one is 100% correct, one is 100% incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Getting a
Right.
94th percentile in PSAT, what were you doing till now?
Okay.
Okay. So please speak to Avni, and she will connect you to the right team. Avni, if you can just exchange the numbers between Srinidhi's mom, Srinidhi, and yourself. All right. I definitely want to take a student of mine who has just stepped into our office on a Sunday. She just came in from United States. She's studying at among the top 10 business schools in the world for undergrad studies, called Kelly School of Business, Indiana University, Bloomington. And ladies and gentlemen, she's actually in my office right now. She just walked in to say a hi and got stuck because we were on sessions. Avni, where are you? Hi, Khushi. Okay, Avni, I want you to be on the spotlight. Add spotlight. Okay, I'll leave both of you to talk for 2 minutes. Give me a break. Okay.
Okay, that was unfair. Okay. See, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Thank you so much. Okay, because Abhishek was talking about SAT, and we do know that, you have given your SATs, you are almost done with your 3 semesters. And I am always very proud of the fact that, when somebody talks about you, or when somebody asks about you, what I do is typically hand over your LinkedIn profile to them, and say that, look what he's doing in life. Okay. But prior to that, let's help everybody over here just understand, because we know that you are in your second year, done with 3 semesters. But why did you think that you give your SATs when you were in your grade 11th and 12th, right? So over to you to just quickly, maybe in 30 to 45 seconds, help the parents and the students understand the importance of SAT.
I think Sir has already mentioned a lot about the SATs, and I think the sole reason was that SAT is accepted in universities in India, which was supposed to be my backup plan, that, if nothing works out, I'll stay here. SAT is a test really important when you're applying abroad, at least. And this is something that Sir Sun says, and I'm going to steal that statement. It is by far the only exam that can test students on a uniform level. Like we have seen, everyone is from different boards. It is one exam that will test everyone equally and it would generally just test you on math and English and again logic. So I feel that is one of the reasons why I gave SAT. And then again, universities on an application form say it's optional. They wouldn't have given the placeholder to enter your score otherwise. And I can say for a fact, it may not be required for admission, for scholarships, for a good standing in your university. I would highly recommend everyone to write it.
Okay, so certainly you have been, I guess, following high school moms in your since your grade 10th.
10.
You worked with us for good 3 years on your entire journey, was an active member of the entire student club and the community at large, participated in a lot of internships, activities. So technically, if I have to say, you worked on a lot of profile building. So everybody, on for your records, Khushi, when she applied to multiple universities, she was sitting on scholarship overall, which was worth $184,000. Okay, so multiple scholarships that the girl was able to bag from multiple universities, and she was worth 1,84,000. Please multiplied by Indian rupee to understand what was worth. She was worth it. But why do you think that a student or a parent who is right now listening to us should be focusing on profile building? I do understand it is important, not just from the university application per se, but what was your reason to also at the same time engage in so many profile building activities, and that you continue to engage even now whenever it comes to any of the high school moms activities? Last year you flew down to Goa to do the entire to be the MC at the biggest educator conference. Why do you continue to engage into profile building or outside the classroom activities?
I feel engaging in out of class activities is important definitely for college applications, for your LinkedIn profile, for your resume, and things like that. I also feel it is very important for overall personality development because at the end of the day, apply to apply to a university. I am because I'm in college and now we're applying for internships and jobs. Your GPA, your scores, they're a number. They will really care about the kind of experiences you bring on the table, how you can talk, if you're persuasive, if you're a good communicator, if you have a good experience as a leader, things like that, which most definitely your academics are important. But you gain these soft skills through extracurricular activities. Um, for me, also during 10th and 11th standard, I feel as a typical Indian coming from a family, I was really pressured, padhai karo, get your 95%. And listening to Abhishek sir in his sessions, that is when we actually realized that again, it's just a number. On that entire common application, there was just one field where they asked me apne 5 subjects and give me your scores.
Hmm.
And they asked me for 4 essays. A University of California application, they asked for 4 personal statements. You cannot repeat the information in one. They're all 350 words, and they want credible information because it's an esteemed university. Where do you get that? By participating in good activities. I was blessed that I got to do some of them with you. I did an
But
internship, I
to
did a
check
global
with you,
economics thing.
sorry to cut you
Sorry.
there, but you also at the same time missed out on to sharing that when it came to your own interviews also, when you were trying to
Oh,
find
yeah.
on-campus job,
Yes.
one of the biggest parameters,
Yeah.
all the profile building that you did with us, and I'm sure you want to share that, and there
Of
were
course.
specifically only with regards to that.
Yes, and thanks for reminding me about that, that is very true. So as a freshman in the university, we don't have experiences in college. So we talk about stuff that we did in high school. Now, in a job interview, I cannot just say I got 95% in my 12th standard and 95% in my 10th standard. That's not going to get me the job. And I specifically remember for my the part-time job that I applied to, the question that I was asked was, have you ever had an experience of talking somewhere? Have you ever spoken in a public setting? And I listed practically every activity that I've done here. As I emceed at the educator summit and I was hosting 100 principals. And I somewhere feel that that was one of the most esteemed experiences that I got. And somehow I was able to talk about how, we were jittery, and then eventually we just had the courage to go up there and talk about ourselves and about high school months. And I think it really matters how you talk. That was just one part of the thing,
Wonderful.
though.
We'll come back to it, Khushi. Let's go back to answering some more questions. And there you go. Remove spotlight. And somebody has to remove my spotlight. Okay, awesome. All right. Who is the next one? Avni?
Okay, okay. Let's take maybe a student this time, or
Oh,
you want?
we'll take the student. Okay, so there are some questions where in the chat which possibly can answer a lot of questions here. How do you identify what the kid has to specialize in? Is it on the basis of interest, current market needs, or scores? These are not it's not in a silo. It's a combination of all. And that's why we say that you identify the right opportunity for your child by mapping three things: interest, aptitude, and skills, right? When you map, the first thing is, if any counselor tells you that I will do a psychometric assessment for your child, do not go to that counselor. A psychometric is nothing but a personality assessment. A teenager's personality is evolving. When a teenager's personality is evolving, you do not map a teenager's personality. What you map is what is scientifically possible, which is the aptitude, interest, and skills. And when you map these three, when the aptitude is high and interest is low, your child will become successful but not be happy. When it is vice versa, the child will be happy but not become successful. But the skills will tell you whether the child will make it to the top 1% of that career. If there is, if the skills are not such, where the child will make it to the top 1% of the career, then why to go into that career? You cannot start a career planning by saying, oh, I would just want to be an average in that career. No, because in today's time, especially in the era of AI, either you will be a subject matter expert or you will be nobody. Please remember that. Either you will be a super specialist or you will be nobody. And that's where it is very, very important. Now, there are two ways to go about doing it. One way is your child is reasonably sure what they want to do. Then you can go and take our career assessment, which is called G Paths, and happy to give you, it's for 5,000 rupees, happy to give you a 500 rupee discount today for next 2 hours for you to take it. It's a self-enabled test. You pay the money, you'll get a link. Just ensure that you're putting your child's email ID, because the link will go on the child's email ID. And once the child completes that 90-minute assessment, a beautiful report will come out, which will not just tell you the top 3 careers your child should look at, it will also tell you the interdisciplinary careers. So let's say the top two choices are bio and computer science. It will even tell you what will happen if you combine bio and computer science. So you can go into biotechnology, you can go into computational biology, you can go into bioinformatics. It will tell you all that. It will tell you what are the top 6 universities in India, 6 in UK, 6 in Ireland and Europe, 6 in US, 6 in Australia and New Zealand that your child should go into, because this assessment has a 30-minute aptitude test, which is very closely aligned to SAT and CUET. So it will give you a brief idea that without preparation, what are the kind of colleges that your child can go into if they prepare a little, because this test is supposed to be taken without preparation. And then it will also tell you what are the various scholarships your child can apply. Now, this test is a 90-minute assessment. It costs 5,000 rupees. My team will just put the link into the chat, and you can then take this test. And for next 2 hours till about 2:30, Akash, please enable a 500 rupee discount on this assessment if people want to take it. But ensure that 2:30 it is back to back to the previous original price. The second thing is, I want to be intentional about my child getting to a top tier university. This assessment is good to find out what your child should do, but this assessment will not prepare your child for the college. This assessment can tell you what they need to do, but it will not make them do it. Right? So if you want your if you're intentional about scholarships, if you're intentional about top tier universities, whether in US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, India, Singapore, fact remains is the amount of scholarships available at undergrad level is crazy. The reason why your children are not getting it because you are not aware when to apply, where to apply, and which scholarships to apply. So don't blame the university for not giving scholarships. Please do not. We have students who have multiple scholarships from one university. We have students who have one premium scholarship from a university. We have students who have limited scholarships from a premium university. Depends on what your child has done. Please understand, if your child is in grade 10 and writing grade 10 boards right now, the planning, what they should do, has to happen today, not after boards. So you are trying to tell me that your child does not even have 2 hours to interact with a team like ours to find the right career? No, it's not possible. But you cannot wait for the boards to get over, because after boards you will say, oh, abhi boards khatam hue, abhi 15 din ka break chahiye. All of a sudden you'll be in grade 11 and you do not know. Grade 11 is the most difficult class of our curriculums. And that's why, for those of you who are taking this erratic decision, oh, my child is scoring 95 in maths and sciences, so my child is a science student. Do you really think that grade 10 maths and grade 10 science is actually science? That's why 97% of the students who get 90% plus in grade 10, when they end up taking the wrong subject choices, their scores drop down to 77% in grade 11. And guess what? For college admissions to universities in India and outside India, today what you need is a predicted score. Predicted score is dependent on grade 11 and grade 12 midterms. Grade 12 के बोर्ड रिजल्ट से 6 महीना पहले तो ऑफर लेटर आ जाता है. सो ये जो फैसिनेशन चल रहा है ना, आपका बोर्ड में नंबर चाहिए. Ideally, you should tell. I'll give you my example. My son was writing 10th boards last year, and I told him, Beta, I know you are a scorer of 95%. Get me a 90, but can you do two APs along with it? Guess what? He got a 92, but he did three APs and got a 5 on 5 on all the three APs, which means now he's already in contention to apply through the top 20 universities of the world. Without that, he would not have been in contention. So please get your basics right. And that's very, very important. My team will send you the link for the GPATs. If you want to take the GPAT assessment, it's also there in our Instagram bio. It's also there on our website called gide.ai. Go ahead and take it. Yes, we will tell you, Deepti, what are APs. APs are a classic way for you to reduce your cost of education by considerable amount. I always say, if you do one AP, you will reduce your cost of education by 10 lakhs. But not just that, it builds and showcases to the university the academic profile of your child, because these are college level courses that you end up taking in India. You write these exams in India. And when you write these exams in India, you do not need to study that particular subject in college, and you do not need to pay the fees either. So if you are looking at getting into a top tier university like top 20, top 25, top 30, let me assure you, at Guide and at High School Moms, we do not even consider anything below top 50 a good university. We do not. We are very focused. Our students apply to top 50 and period. Yeah, those top 50 are not as per the Google rankings that you do. Those top 50 would be, which is the top 50 university for data science, not by the ranking, but for the data science program, which is the top 50 university for medical sciences, by the program, not by the ranking. Right? And if your child is and you are completely confused, then we suggest come to us and take our counseling. Yes, it will be severely expensive than just the assessment. But please understand, you need to invest in your child today so that they can get you the returns in college. It's not about investing in college. If you invest in college, you'll end up paying everything to college. The question is, can you save money before you even enter college? There are so many scholarships available. Anyways, next up, Avni.
Okay, let's take Mr. Raman. He has been also on the camera from the start.
Hi, my name is Prakash. So my son currently is in grade 9, right? And as you know, this is already December, so mentally, as Abhishek mentioned, he's almost in 10th. The thing is, what we are seeing in terms of his academic performances is that he has slacked off a little bit in science, although he's still pretty much very good in maths. So we're trying to figure out which stream would be better for him going forward, right? So I think it's partly answered by what Abhishek just mentioned, which is the GPAT test, which I'm planning to take today with him, right? Uh, but yeah, other than that, is there anything specific that you would have to say on that? I mean, in terms of identifying what stream would be better for him to pursue.
Okay, Prakash, number one, what stream to pursue? I don't think I will be able to answer without meeting you separately and without meeting your child. Please
Mhm.
understand, even if you take GPATs and after that you want to come and take my counseling, we will reduce your GPAT fees in my fees. Okay? And we are very clear about it. See, we created high school moms to ensure that every bit of money that we earn, we give it back to the society. So all of you might not be aware, but we sponsor school fees for 3,000 students in India. And every year, we have given free SAT prep, which costs 1.25 lakhs to all the students of Avsara Academy, which is an NGO for girls, so that they can also write the same assessment which your and my child writes it. So we are very clear in terms of our processes and policies. Having said that, if I have to do counseling, I first need good 45-minute, 30-minute to 45-minute with you, Prakash, when your child is not there in the room. Okay. After that, I need about 15, 20, 30 minutes with your child when you are not there in the room.
Right,
After these two meetings, I will have the third meeting where all of us will be sitting together in the Zoom room. And that's when either your child will be able to convince me or I will be able to convince your child. And I'll throw out, and I promise you, I'll throw out the confusion once and for all for life.
right,
Right? So that's the best way to do it. Because now you would say, why do you want to meet me? Because a kid is a reflection of the upbringing in the family,
right.
right? And I need to check the quality of the soil before checking the plant,
Okay,
right? So I need to meet you first. Second, I cannot show him the dreams which you cannot afford,
right,
right? So I need to have a one-on-one with you as a parent to another parent. When I
right,
meet the child, why I do not want you? Because a child will never open up in front of parents. They never do,
right,
right? So that's why. Now, coming to what basic information you have given me, if your child is already slacking in sciences, forget thinking about sciences. Please understand, for me, physics is science.
hmm,
Technology is technology. It's not science.
right,
Okay. For me, biology is science. But for me, bioinformatics is technology.
right,
Okay. So that's number one. So if science is lacking, forget about sciences. The another interesting thing that you said is he's still being able to do really well in mathematics.
right,
Now, let me just tell you something here. I do not know what should be the right career which can take him to the top 1% of that career without meeting him and without counseling him. But I definitely know one thing, and this is for everybody also. If your child is in grade 10, take my suggestion. Please do not allow your child to leave mathematics in grade 11 and 12. Please do not. Please ask your child to fight it out a little, but not give up on mathematics. Even if they are taking PCB, please ask them to take PCMB. Multiple reasons for it. The futuristic careers in the world, take it any field. I recently was talking to Srinidhi in front of all of you. I immediately said, bioinformatics is out if you're unable to handle mathematics. You go to finance, the highest paid career of finance in today's time is not CA. It's a career called financial analytics. You cannot do it without basic mathematics. Let's go to marketing. The highest paid career in marketing is not marketing. It's a career called consumer behavior analytics or martech, what we call it. Again, dependent on mathematics. Let's go further. The highest paid career out of economics and um, careers leading to consulting or private equity or mergers and acquisition in today's time, all are dependent on business intelligence. Again, a career dependent on mathematics. So I can go on and on and on, and I'll tell you that all the future careers are very analytical in nature and they would require basic sense of mathematics. Number one. Number two, if you leave mathematics in grade 11 and 12, you're doing one classic problem with least amount of information that you have. You are thinking, अरे सारे एंट्रेंसेस में तो 10th तक की मैथ्स आती है. What you're forgetting is, एक बार मैथ्स छूटी और प्रैक्टिस छूटी और लॉजिक और टम्बल डाउन कर जाएगा. So after 2 years, वो 10th तक की मैथ्स भी नहीं होती बच्चों से. Ask us as a counselor how much struggle we face when a child has given up on mathematics to make them crack the entrance exams, even if it is SAT. There is a struggle, right? For those who are weak in mathematics, don't think about writing 50 different entrances in India. Think about writing SAT. Multiple reasons. Because A, SAT is the only paper which allows you to use a calculator. You are already weak in mathematics. Take that help. Number two, SAT is the only paper which you can take 5 years even before going into college because the score is valid for 5 years. Number three, SAT is the only paper which happens 7 times a year and you can take couple of attempts and the best score will be counted. Yes, you cannot hide the previous scores. And that's why we say, even if you take the first attempt, take it after thorough preparation. Do not think, ओ एक बार मैं तुमको किताब लाके दे देता हूं, उससे पढ़ लो, उसके बाद दोबारा इंप्रूव कर लेंगे. आपका पुराना स्कोर जाएगा और वो बहुत खराब है तो बहुत खराब दिखेगा एप्लीकेशन में. Right? So take the SAT. Coming back to Prakash's question. Prakash, I would like to play on careers pertaining to mathematics, not sciences in this case. So in such a case, what I would do is I would ask my kid to give up on sciences and possibly take up commerce with mathematics, because finance plus mathematics can take me to financial analytics. Business management plus mathematics can take me to business intelligence, and economics plus mathematics can take me to risk analytics or actuarial sciences. And if you look at these are the top 7 careers in the world in today's time, right? Yes, the journey for each of these careers is different. What bachelor's to do, what master's to do, what skill building programs you need to do. That journey is very, very different. But I think that's how you go about it. The great part is, Prakash, and I must appreciate you. Yes, ideally, you should have joined this call when your child was entering grade 9, but it's still not too late. You need to understand that if your child is doing reasonably well till grade 10, your child does have a good chances of getting a scholarship both in India and outside India. Bring him to us. Please understand the journey between grade 9 to grade 12 or grade 10 to grade 12, you will end up spending anywhere between 15-18 lakhs on your child. An average individual without planning is spending about 10 lakh rupees, whether it goes in NEET prep or IIT prep, but you are spending more than 10 lakh rupees over and above school fees and tuition fees. Just that you're not realizing it.
Right.
Right? Come to us, you will be spending it, but in a structured manner. And we do everything from SAT prep to advanced placement prep to college application prep to profile building. We will take care of everything. So maybe what is a good idea would be, speak to Avni on the DM right now, exchange your numbers, Avni Parekh, and exchange your numbers, and somebody from our team can get in touch with you. Also, please remember, for those of you who are thinking, oh, 9th में जाएंगे तो ज्यादा पैसा लगेगा, 10th में जाएंगे तो ज्यादा लगेगा, तो 12th में चले जाते हैं. आप अपनी ही scholarships compromise कर रहे हैं. Number one. Number two, the difference of in our fees from grade 10 to grade 12 is hardly 2 lakhs. And the difference is in terms of scholarships that your child gets. So, you want me to take it? Also, interestingly, after you take the GPath assessment, you would get a link on your WhatsApp, which will allow you to have a discussion with my counselors, not me. Okay. So you can have a discussion with them where you will be able to identify and find out what is the future journey possible for your child. So you can do that. You will get that 30-minute window to talk to a counselor to sort it out for you. But I would play on mathematics more with commerce than sciences with mathematics.
Okay.
Yeah. You have another question, Prakash?
No, that's it, Abhishek.
All right, awesome. Avni, who could be the next one?
Let's take Miss Anna because she wants to talk about her two kids. One is in grade ninth and one is in grade 11th.
Hi, Abhishek.
Hi, Anna. Please go
Hi.
ahead.
Abhishek, so I'd like to start with my grade 11. This is Zara, who's sitting with me. She's in grade 11, and she's currently taken up commerce with applied math. Now, I understand that applied math is a new subject offered by CBSE. She has been finding it a little difficult. So she was thinking of dropping out of applied math and probably taking entrepreneurship or psychology. The other thing is that she has always been creatively inclined, and she wants to know how she can merge her knowledge of commerce and creativity in choosing and planning a career. So, where does math figure out in all of this?
Okay. Um, these are two different questions, so I'm going to answer two different questions in a two different manners and then try to come at a commonality because each of them is an individual problem which needs to be looked at.
Mhm.
Number one, Zara,
Yes.
how many times in life, and I'm sorry for giving you gyan beta, but how many times in life would you give up things when they become difficult?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you find a guy, you get settled with him, every single guy will leave their towels on their bed, will leave the room messy, it will irritate the hell out of you. Do you leave your guy every single day? You don't. Okay. You don't. We are messy people. You deal with us, you train us, right? In mathematics, core maths and applied maths is great for you to get into any related career with the field of business, management, and creativity. You leave that, you leave a lot of options out better. Okay. It's just about 2 years. You're finding it difficult. There must be some subjects you're finding it easy. Take out time out of those subjects and focus on mathematics. Your current tuition teacher is not great enough. Find an awesome teacher, pay double, but get it out of the way. Okay.
Okay.
That's the first part of the question. Number two, the question was she's creatively inclined. How can she convert her creativity and utilize the sense of business? Beta, anybody who is creatively inclined, and creativity need not be art, design, and music. Creativity is creativity. Okay.
Yeah.
When you combine your creative skills with business skills, there are some amazing careers that come out. Okay. One career is called design communication. You want to communicate something with design.
Okay.
One of the highest paid careers in the field of marketing and design today and marketing communications today. The other career is called brand management or brand communication management. Okay. The third career could be creative communication, corporate communication, or public relations. Okay. Now, all these three careers are at the cusp of creativity and business skills. Okay. So right now I'm treating creativity as creativity. If according to you, creativity is only design and sketching and art, then possibly I would look at a career like design communication for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Unfortunately, some of these careers that I mentioned are better studied when you go abroad. I won't say uh, they aren't good options in India, but they are better studied when you go abroad because of the basic sense, ecosystem, knowledge base, and research that exists there. Okay. Um, but yeah, these are the careers that you can look at. Any other question, Anna?
Yeah. So my concern was that now that being in the 12th, will like any parent, will one subject percentage, especially in India, will bring down the entire percentage, right, in grade 12.
But the
So, and you know
percentage
how
is
competitive
but the
India
but the
is.
but the percentage is not required for getting into the best of the universities in India in today's time.
Yeah,
So
you mentioned.
if even if it comes down by 2-3 percentage points, as long as she has given her SAT, as long as she has done something in her profile, we'll be
Okay.
able to buffer it up.
Okay. Okay. All right. So in India, Abhishek, what would be the good what are some of the good universities that you would recommend for the
Flame,
programs that you have?
Flame Pune, Ashoka up north, Kriya down south,
Okay.
Symbiosis School of Liberal Arts in Pune. So
Mhm.
these are the four, and all of them will accept SAT.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
what I would do is I would say, I mean, the first thing is get her started on the SAT.
Okay.
We do have a college application and a mentorship program
Mhm.
where we will prepare her, and whatever profile we can prepare in about 7 to 8 months' time, we will do that. Get
Mhm.
her basic building blocks right, and
Mhm.
get her ready for the best of the universities in India.
Okay.
Please understand, even when a child comes to us for abroad, do you know, we definitely make the child apply even to India.
Okay.
Because we are very clear, we will not allow a child or a parent to take a decision before the offer letters are lying on the table.
Understood.
I want to take a decision on the basis of quality of the offer letters, not on assumptions.
Oh.
Right? So every single child, including my own, and I can promise you, my son's application are going in this year, August. I can promise you, he is 200% going to United States of America because his father has gone there and his father has seen the ecosystem, and I understand the value of international exposure and global exposure. Right? But have I decided on 3 universities to create a backup for him in India? Yes, I have. And they are Flame, Ashoka, and Kriya.
Yeah. Also, Abhishek, they're all Canadian citizens, so they have the Canadian passport and they have that. They have an opportunity to go abroad and study. But we were just. I mean, I haven't thought that far for Zara because
And
in
what if she is able to bring this to you? I'll show you. What if she's able to bring this to you?
great.
It's University of British Columbia. Not one, not two, 3 scholarships in total combined, with the cost of education going down to zero for this particular child. It's my student.
Okay.
Would you still not apply?
I would. I would.
How would you get to know whether she gets it or not without applying?
Yeah.
I'll leave the decision on you. You can exchange your numbers with Avni ma'am.
Sure. Sure. Thank you, Abhishek. Can I take a moment to discuss my son, who's in grade 9?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my son Zach is in grade 9, and so he wants. So one thing is like he's very particular about going to the state. I mean, going to Canada to study. Now, for him, he's currently in CBSE. Both of them are in CBSE. He wants to make a move to IGCSE. First, I want to ask you: Is that what do you think of that? Is that necessary?
Can't comment on it without meeting the child, because the orientation and learning pedagogy of the child would matter. I'll give you
Okay.
my classic example. My son was struggling in CBSE. He's an all A-star student in IGCSE now, right? And he was struggling. It depends on the orientation of the child, what will suit a child and what will not suit a child. Having
Yeah.
said
So
that,
academically he's a 97% student.
you do not need to change the curriculum, ma'am.
Oh, you do not need to
If
change.
if he's already doing well, you do not, because
Okay.
apart from Oxford and Cambridge, there is no university in the world which gives you additional value at the time of application for studying international curriculum. But does international curriculum helps at the time of university? The answer is a yes, because
Okay.
international curriculum teaches you research, and
Mhm.
at university level, you have to do a lot of research and self-study, and
Mhm.
international curriculum teaches you that. So a
Okay.
child is far better geared when they are into international curriculum. But from applications perspective, no significant advantage, even
Okay.
if he's CBSE or an IGCSE kid.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay. So he is interested in urban, as in because he's in grade 9, his interest keep varying. He talks about urban planning. He talks about psychiatry. Today you mentioned clinical psychologist. So we're just wondering, what frame of mind, and he's set his mind on university. I mean McGill University. So I don't know. He's doing his own research at this point in time. But
Please write 4 names:
okay.
University of Toronto, St.
Yeah.
George's Campus,
Mm-hmm.
University of British Columbia, Vancouver,
Mm-hmm.
University of Waterloo,
Yes.
and then McGill.
Okay.
He cannot start his planning by the number fourth choice of mine.
Okay. Okay. All
He
right.
cannot do that. Now, what is the right career for him? Ma'am, I would suggest bring him to me formally.
Okay. We'll do that.
Okay. That's a far better way for us to do it.
Sure, sure.
Okay? But let me also tell you one thing. Please make your children apply abroad, and I'll tell you why. One is in grade 11, moving to grade 12. One is in grade 9, moving to grade 10. They're coming back to back. Only international universities have a possibility. And God willingly, if we are able to get them both in the same university of repute,
Mm-hmm.
we will be, as a good counselor, we will be able to suggest you how to write to that university to seek additional financial help because you have two kids studying at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. And
Right.
you might get a significant financial aid.
Okay.
Okay. And
Understood.
you have a classic story. In your case, our story would be being a mother of a daughter coming from a country which is patriarchal. I really wanted to break the shackles and wanted my daughter to study first. Right. And now, since I'm supporting her dreams, it is a little difficult not being able to support the dreams of my son. Would you be able to help?
Got it.
अब आपको समझ में आएगा why we are great team, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
I always say, spend few lakhs on us, we'll get you crores of scholarships. At least if nothing else, we'll get you clarity.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Avni,
sir.
next,
Thank you.
next up.
Okay, let's take Miss Anisha.
Ma'am, you got to click when we send you the request of unmuting, you got to click on that. Please click. Okay, we'll come back to you. Avni, next up.
Okay, let's maybe you want to take maybe Shaurya. Let's take Shaurya.
Hello. Hi. Am I?
Yes, you are audible, ma'am.
Yeah.
You can leave your mobile down, otherwise you'll not be able to listen to me.
Actually, one of the our person, I mean, like he also want to join and he was not able to. I was showing him through my mobile.
Okay.
Actually, the thing is, like my son was in 10th or 11th. He did CBS. 10th till 10th he did CBSE, and for the purpose of like for PACE and all going to IIT, I joined him PACE Junior College, which is HSC board. And now I'm little worried whether this option of going abroad is still open for him, and what will be the rules and regulations for him to apply, or whether it will be easy for him. And
Okay.
moreover, I want to take career counseling as well for him from you. So on the basis of that, please guide us, like what will be the right time, and whether it is too late, because since he's in 12th right now, or so he's going to prepare for the next year, or this year will be fine. And what about if he's an average student, not at the top? So this is the criteria where I want you to guide.
Three things. I'll start with the last one. I'm writing a book which is called Average to Awesome. Okay. And I always say that if as parents you'll start calling your child average, then what will the world do? Let this job be done by the world. Let others do this job. Right? You don't need to do this job. दुनिया भरी पड़ी है आपके बच्चे को नीचे लाने के लिए, उसको करने दो ये काम. आप तो अपने बच्चे को सपोर्ट करो. I mean, I don't understand what do you mean by average, because every child has some streak or the other waiting to be identified. As a parent, you cannot identify it because you're not uh, qualified to do it. For example, I am not qualified to become a CA,
Sir,
right? So academics, average, there could be multiple reasons, maybe the wrong choice of subjects. I do not know. Okay. Second, a suggestion to all the parents who are thinking about putting their child into junior college or HSC board. If possible, even if you come from Mumbai, Maharashtra belt, or if you come from down south Karnataka belt, wherever this concept or the trend of junior college is there, please do not send your child to junior college. Please keep your child in a formal school up till grade 12, because junior colleges do not have the concept of giving something called predicted score, which means when the world is getting offer letters, your child is still waiting for the board results to come out and is not able to apply and get the offer letters. Number one, we struggle. It took us 3 months. I have a student from Mumbai, Archit. It took us 3 months to get one predicted score from a junior college in Mumbai, which is of high repute, because they don't have a policy to give you predicted. Right? So that's number one. Number two, if your child is a part of CBSC, ISC, IGCSE, or IB, then your child does not need to write IELTS or TOEFL to get admission into the universities abroad. They will only write IELTS or TOEFL after the offer letter is received as a part of visa requirement. So ये जितने agents आपको बोलते हैं ओ IELTS करा लो, because with every IELTS they make money. IELTS is not required if you are a part of CBSE, ISC, IGCSE, and IB for application purposes. It is a visa requirement, not application requirement. But if your child is an HSC child, your child will need to write IELTS before applying to the college.
Okay.
Are you late? Considerably, yes. Is the time completely over? The answer is no. Can we help your child still? The answer is a yes. Please get connected with Avni and we'll take it forward from there. All right. Next up, Avni.
One more thing, like whether it will be fine after graduation as well for the post graduation if it is.
हम फिर ग्रेजुएशन के बाद बात करेंगे ना. अभी से क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
I'll check it.
अभी से क्या बात कर रहे हैं, right? प्लीज रिमेंबर, अगर आपको स्कॉलरशिप्स चाहिए तो अंडर ग्रेड में जितनी है वो पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में नहीं है, पीरियड. आई मीन द फैक्ट वुड नॉट चेंज जस्ट बिकॉज वी आर लेट. फैक्ट्स डोंट चेंज according to your and my choices. Avni, next up.
Okay, let's take Miss Anisha because she was not able to unmute and now she will be.
Hi, am I audible now?
Yes, Anisha, please go ahead quickly.
Yeah. Hi, Abhishek. My question is very different because my son, who is in grade 11th, is actually having a difficulty of dyslexia and dysgraphia. And because of which he has become very weak in analytical subjects, because of which, again, he was not actually given maths and science, because in grade 10th, he fared around in 50s in maths and science, and rest of the subjects he could manage in 80s. So just wanting to know, he has a flair for designing. He has interest in designing. And he really wants to try for NIFT or NID. So just wanting to know that what do you think are the right possibilities in such cases? And are there any consideration for children with such difficulties?
Okay, so if it is a clinically diagnosed problem, there will be consideration
Yes.
for any exam in the world. Number two, most of the students who suffer or are diagnosed under dyslexia and dysgraphia, they generally tend to do a lot better in creative careers, whether it is graphic designing, animation, multimedia, and stuff like that. So it would be a good choice for you to go. However, I do not see I mean, God be kind to your child, but I do not see it as being easy to crack NIFT and NID, because their entrance exam would require him to have maths and English as well and critical thinking as well. Unfortunate but true, right? So
Okay.
you need to really create backup careers possible. In such a case, I again suggest you to prepare your child for SAT. Maybe your child will not be able to get a 1500 out of 1600. Maybe your child gets only a 1250 to 1300, but we will be able to fight for his case in other universities in India, like Flame and others, which do have a bachelor's in design course, right? And that will be a far better option than just putting all your eggs into NIFD and NID kind of a bracket, because
Okay.
I do see the difficulty in cracking their entrance exams, right?
Right. So I have a backup question to this now. Like in boards and all, so he is given that privilege and he gets to sit for an extra hour and he
He will
can
be given
use,
that privilege in all the exams also.
okay, even for the entrance exams for any of these.
Correct. He will be given the privilege. There is a specific protocol to it that you obviously have to write
Mhm.
to the concerned authorities and take an approval.
Okay, I get it. All right. Thank you so much. And I'll probably connect with you on a personal note.
No worries. Next up, Avni.
Okay, let's take Soroshi. I don't know how do you pronounce it, because all the both the parents and the student is sitting. So let's take her in that case.
Okay.
And Avni, sorry, just one second. Just one second. Avni, you need to tell me what time we wrap up, because we know that Khushi is here and we need to go out for lunch.
15 minutes from now.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm speaking. I'm from grade 9 currently, and actually, I've been trying to get some clarity on what my interests would be. Considering my interests, they flow from some. I have creative skills. I like writing a lot. I like literature. I like art, but at the same time, I'm completely fine and happy with science. I'm not saying I want to combine these two, but I'm trying to find clarity in these. And recently, I've been inclining towards bio, and I've been confused over whether I should go towards NEET or whether I should go for doing something like research in bio. Because looking forward, I really picture myself to have some kind of work-life balance. I cannot have 2 day shifts. I cannot deal with the strenuous hard works which come with being a medical doctor, either in surgery or medicine. It seems too strenuous for me, which is why I've been debating on these topics. What would you suggest in these cases?
Okay, number one. At being in grade 9 and having diverse interests coming out, popping from every corner is pretty natural, beta. Nothing to worry about it. Okay, it's pretty natural, and it's all good. Um, Question is not that how many interests do you have. Question is which interest of yours could be developed in such a manner that it becomes a skill and doesn't remain an interest and can take you to the top 1% of any particular career. That's the question. Okay.
Yes.
Um, Another part of your question was that I do not want strenuous career, but every career at one point of time will become stressful, and I'm sorry, that's reality. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you can vouch for work-life balance. That's a personal choice, right? For example, a person like me believes in work-life integration, not balance. Okay. If I'm even on vacation, I'd like to work for 2 hours, make some money so that my family can spend. I'm very clear about that. Okay. So it is a personal choice. In any career, you can have work-life balance, and in any career, you can have work-life integration. That's not a problem. When they give you a 2 day working shift when you are a doctor, they also give you a 2 day off after that. The world is not that criminal that they do not give you an off to relax. Okay. So I think too many things have got muddled up in your head. Having said that, um, I think you need to really see a good counselor. If you think we are a good counseling team, come to us. I promise you 2 meetings and I'll sort you out. Okay. Because my job is not to just look at your interest. My job is where is the aptitude lying? You might feel the aptitude is in literature today, but the fact remains is in literature there is no salary.
Yes.
Okay. But if I have great interest in literature, there is great salary in a career called media and communications. Can I combine that with literature? Can I get you there? You said I do not want a strenuous career. My question is, would you want a strenuous study? Because if you are looking at becoming a researcher, then the journey is
Yes.
4 years of bachelor's, 2 years of master's, and bare minimum 5 to 6 years of a PhD. Happy to study that long? Then you think about becoming a researcher, because you do not become a researcher without a PhD, beta. Do you
Yes.
understand? So there are so many questions that you have not answered well, and this is not the forum where I'll be able to clear your or get to the exact career that you should be focusing at. Okay, for that you need to come to us formally, and we will be able to help you. But don't get worried about multiple areas of interest, because in today's time, we can go to universities where we combine two of your best interests and create a brand new career out of it.
Yes.
Okay. That's what the beauty of today's time is. Okay. Are you
Yes.
planning to study in India, outside India?
I'm not sure, but I feel like if I go something towards if I go towards research, since I would definitely agree that I could definitely handle that much study. I could handle that much study, and if I'm doing a PhD, I
Question,
would rather go
question,
outside.
question is, are your parents looking at making you to study in India, or are they even open making you apply outside?
I think they. Oh, wait, I'll let them speak.
No, we are open. If she gets into the very good universities, we are open for her to go abroad. And I
ये ना
think she has a good intellect and
मैम, ये इफ और बट जो है ना, ये आपके हाथ में डिपेंड करता है, उसके हाथ में नहीं करता। मैंने अभी स्टार्टिंग में ही बोला था कि चिल्ड्रन गो टू गुड यूनिवर्सिटीज व्हेन पेरेंट्स आर डिसाइडेड अबाउट इट। इट्स नॉट, डू यू थिंक you keep on waiting for 2 years and after that she'll be able to go to a good university? No, ma'am. It takes 3 years to build a bloody profile,
yeah.
right? So it
Yeah.
depends on how fast you take a decision and put her into that journey.
Right. And in fact, she has been very good at her extracurriculars as well. I mean, she's been participating in a lot of inter-school events and debates and a lot of many more things.
What
And
more
that's
do you need? She's a classic case who can actually apply to the best of the universities if trained well and get you scholarships. I always say, if your child is scoring anything in the range of 85%, okay, your child could be studying abroad at the cost of India. It's just about you realizing it.
okay.
It's just about you realizing it.
Yeah. So, but when we say scholarships here, when we talk about, because none of us have done graduations outside. So, how much does it cost if we talk, even if we get scholarships? May not be a full ride, maybe 50%.
Depends on the kind of scholarship. See, studying abroad, studying in India today, आपको पता है, studying in India in the best of the universities today is also not cheap. A university
Yeah.
like Flame Ashoka could end up costing you about 50 lakh rupees for 4 years. A university abroad could cost you about a crore to about 2.5 crores. There are a variety of universities in that range, depending upon which city you are in. For example, if you go to NYU, it is damn expensive. For example, you go to UC Berkeley, it is expensive. But there are universities which are highly reputed, which are not that expensive also, right? Which are called public institutions or state institutions abroad. And scholarships can bring your fees down as good as 50%,
Okay.
which means you're
Yeah.
practically studying there at the cost of India.
That's right. That's true. That's true. So yeah, because our elder son did from Bispilani, and we have spent considerable amount of money there. So it's almost 30 lakhs in Bispilani. So it's here also. We are talking about significant money. That is why we wanted to know what is an approximate amount.
Correct. But she's in grade 9. She has all the chances to get through a scholarship. I mean, you just start early.
Yeah.
And we're willing to start as soon as possible. We'll try to reach out on a personal note. We'll say about it.
Yeah. And we expect a full guidance from you, sir. That's
Ma'am, it's not about your expectation. Please understand, if it's your child, if she gets into a good university, it's a star badge for me, which will go onto my website for next 5 years. So let me tell you, it might be your personal interest. It's my selfish interest also for her to go to a good university.
Yes.
Next up.
Okay, let's take a student because we have not taken a student. So let's take Ashriya Girdhar.
After that, we'll take Anuja Agarwal and a couple of more and we'll wrap it up.
Hi, sir. I'm Shreya and I'm currently preparing for my class 10th boards and
Beta,
I do not have quite a lot of time to sing.
Arshia, I am unable to hear you, beta. Please shift your internet connection. Come back within 2 minutes, and we will take you live. By that time, let me take somebody else. But I promise you, if you come back in 2 minutes, we will take you.
Okay.
Anuja Agarwal, please. Anuja Agarwal.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Very well, ma'am. Please go ahead. Ask your
Yeah,
question.
right now I'm with my daughter and she's preparing for her boards, 10th boards right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What's
she
the
want to
question?
talk to you personally first.
Yeah, so I was thinking of switching to IBDP board. So is it possible to change my curriculum from CBSE to IBDP without facing any challenges?
You will not face any challenge beta if you move from CBSE to IBDP. But my suggestion is please speak to a good counselor. After a process of counseling, they will be able to take the final call on it. Why you do not face difficulties? Because whenever a child moves from CBSE to IBDP, most IBDP schools run something called a bridge program, which is called the acquaintance program. They will run because understand your CBSE will get over in April or March end, and IBDP curriculum starts in the month of August. So what these schools do is they run a bridge program or acquaintance program towards IBDP between April to August so that you are on par with the requirements of IBDP, simply because an IBDP student ने थोड़ा सा तेरे से ज्यादा डेप्थ में पढ़ा होगा than CBS.
Yeah, and what are the advantages of joining IBDP?
Number one, you will be able to take sciences and non-sciences all together at the same time. You do not need to choose a stream. So I can study physics with psychology, and I can still have economics, and I can still have computer science, and I can still have history, and I can still have biology, and nobody can stop me. Six subjects can be taken from five different groups, and number two, you can take your strong subjects at a higher level and not so strong subjects on a standard level, which means three HLs and three SLs. Number three, you will get used to doing research, self-study, writing essays, which really help you when you are at the university. And number four, you will be able to apply to Oxford and Cambridge also, which does not truly recognize as CBSE and ICSC.
Okay. So I have a question. I think which most of the middle class parents, I would say, that is it worth spending for like plus one, plus two IBDP board, which is right now I think in out of our limit. What I supposed to.
Okay, so I'll tell you the choice is between two, ma'am. I cannot comment what is your paying capacity
Okay.
and what you can afford or what you cannot afford. So I will not tread that line right now because those are the discussions जो personal Zoom पे होना चाहिए, public forum पे नहीं होना चाहिए.
Okay.
Having said that, अगर देखिए दो चॉइस है. अगर आप अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं तो बिल्कुल डालिए, और अगर आप अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते हैं तो गले में फंदा डालने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. सारी यूनिवर्सिटी सीबीएसई भी एक्सेप्ट करेंगी. पहला. नंबर टू, आपको ये डिसाइड करना है कि आपको बच्ची को तैयार करना है कॉलेज और स्कॉलरशिप के लिए कि नहीं करना है, बिकॉज वो अपने आप में एक खर्चा खड़ा है. Right? So if the choice is between studying IBDP versus creating profile, taking APs, writing SATs, then my sense would be spend money on building profile, taking SAT and APs, then on the curriculum, because curriculum to CBSE be valid hai.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So being from a small city, like we are from Husharpur, Punjab, and I mean even she want to talk about this.
मैम मेरे पास इतने सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, आई कैन नॉट टेल यू. Avni, the girl from Punjab whom we sent to UBC, what's her name?
Gloria Gosain.
Gloria Gosain comes from a small town in Punjab. The guy from Hubli,
Anish.
Anish Bhusad. So understand ये सब चीजें ना जो आप बोल रहे हैं, we are from a small town, this doesn't matter, we don't have opportunity, ये सब बेकार की बात है मैम. अपॉर्चुनिटी आजकल सब ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल है. सारे कॉम्पिटिशन्स ऑनलाइन होते हैं, सारी क्लासेस ऑनलाइन होती हैं, सारे इंटर्नशिप्स ऑनलाइन होते हैं, सारे रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट्स ऑनलाइन होते हैं. अभिषेक गुप्ता भी सिर्फ ऑनलाइन मिलते हैं और अवनी पारिक भी सिर्फ ऑनलाइन मिलती हैं. राइट? आपको सेम इंफॉर्मेशन मिल रही है जो इस वक्त बैंगलोर में लोग बैठे हैं उनके साथ at the same time. So please let's not start creating problems when there are no problems.
And can you suggest few good schools
For IBDP.
for IBDP?
Depends. I mean, you want to move the city or keep her in the same city?
Yes.
Out of anywhere.
But why do you want to do that?
Alicia, कुछ है नहीं.
I never suggest moving a child to hostel in grade 11 and 12. I never suggest that because hostel में ना तो बच्चे के को लैपटॉप अलाउड होता है ना इंटरनेट कनेक्शन, तो बच्चा कॉम्पिटिशन्स में कब पार्टिसिपेट करेगा, प्रोफाइल कब बनाएगा, एसएटी की क्लासेस कब लेगा. सो प्लीज कीप योर चाइल्ड विद यू इन ग्रेड 11 एंड 12. जितनी चीजें आप घर पे बैठ के करवा लेंगे उतनी चीजें आप बाहर नहीं करवा पाएंगे.
Okay, you mean to say she can build her profile doing +1, +2, either CBSE in Hoshiarpur only,
करेक्ट,
and
बिकॉज
still
प्रोफाइल हमने
she
बनानी है.
can build her profile.
हाँ, प्रोफाइल हमने बनानी है मैम. यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट इट.
Okay.
हाँ, प्लीज डू नॉट. व्हाट्स योर डॉटर्स नेम?
Anvi.
अनवी, बेटा एक बात बता, एंड बी वेरी क्लियर. डू यू वांट IBDP for 2 years, or do you want to study in one of the best universities in the world?
Yes, University.
Then the choice is very clear. Stay at home, build your profile, prepare for SATs, write 3 or 4 APs, and do not change the curriculum. Use the same money to build your profile. Everything costs. हमारी फीस की बात नहीं है बेटा. रिसर्च प्रोग्राम सजेस्ट करेंगे उसकी फीस अलग होगी, समर प्रोग्राम सजेस्ट करेंगे उसकी फीस अलग होगी, सर्टिफिकेट वर्कशॉप सजेस्ट करेंगे उसकी फीस अलग होगी. Save that money, put it on yourself instead on a school.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Raja Rajeshwari. You can leave your number if you want my team to talk to you, Anvi, Avni, whatever. Ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
I'm Rajeshwari. My son is in Saurabh is in grade 10 now with ICSE. So we are in a dilemma, like which stream to go in for, and also if we need to shift from ICSE to CBSE or state board. Uh, we are in a confusion, like if it is he's very good in all the sciences, maths, physics, chemistry. He's nowhere interested in biology,
Just
science.
one second, ma'am. One. Grade 10 physics chemistry is not physics chemistry. Please appreciate that. Every grade 10 student is always interested in sciences because they are scoring subjects. The reality strikes when the child comes into grade 11. So I cannot comment which stream to take without meeting your child, without having a 1 hour discussion with him, without taking his aptitude assessment. It is not possible for me to comment. And I'm not going to give a wrong suggestion, because whenever I suggest something, I always ensure that I treat that person as if it's Shivansh Gupta sitting in front of me. What would I tell my son in that situation is what I want to tell your child. Period. Right? I love my peaceful sleep. ओके. और मुझे ये पता है कि पीसफुल स्लीप तभी आती है जब आप एथिकली काम करते हो. बहुत क्लियर है. सो आई एम नॉट गोना आंसर दैट क्वेश्चन. नंबर 2, सो फॉर दैट प्लीज कम टू मी फॉर्मली फॉर करियर काउंसलिंग, एंड द नंबर दैट यू कैन टेक इज 9910225520.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
in terms of the next question, which was, should you move your child from ICSE to CBSE? Yes, you can move your child from ICSE to CBSE. There'll be no problem, but you definitely do not move your child from ICSE to state board.
Okay.
There'll be a lot of problems in college admissions, and your offer letters will not be able to come in time.
Okay.
Okay. So keep your child into a standardized national curriculum or standardized international curriculum. For everybody whose child is in grade 10, please get your child to write SAT in grade 11 as early as month of June, which means this year, June, your child should be writing SAT. It takes 3 months to get SAT ready. We are happy to prepare your child. बल्कि हमारे 10th के बच्चे तो अभी इस हफ्ते से वापस से SAT की क्लासेस चालू कर रहे हैं. They will keep on taking SAT classes till almost 15th February. They will not practice. They will just attend classes. They will take a break for boards. They will come back on 1st of April, do the classes all over again, and write SAT in the month of June. And if you do not do that, you will see everything else also getting delayed, because we need to keep a buffer for one additional attempt for SAT as well. Okay?
Sure.
All right.
And
amazing. I think we are done for the day, Avni.
I have one last question actually. Uh, so in today's AI world, I had some inclination of my son going for commerce. He's good in maths. So instead of, the normal JE or the engineering stream, I was thinking if how would it be if he is opting for commerce?
Commerce is a great field for the future, ma'am, as long as you have mathematics along with it,
Okay.
and as long as child shows some interest towards programming languages like Python.
Okay.
Commerce is a great field because out of commerce are the most highest paid careers in the world. It's not out of sciences. I can name 7 careers which are none of them from sciences. They are all commerce careers and they are the highest paid careers in the world. So go ahead with commerce, not a problem. Do not allow your child to leave maths because there is no life in commerce without mathematics. Please remember that.
Okay. So
Okay.
few career options with commerce and maths. So
Ma'am,
please.
depend again. It's not about few career options. It's about which career your child is great at. I do not know whether your child will be great at martech or whether your child will be great at fintech. These are two different streams altogether, right? So come to me formally so that I'm able to tell which is the right career as per your child. I can give 20 careers out of commerce today. What if none of them is the career where your child can be among the top 1%? Right? So please come to me formally. That's how I'll be able to. बहुत specific अगर आंसर चाहिए ना तो आपको अलग से आना पड़ेगा. जेनरिक आंसर चाहिए, मैं आपको करियर्स बता देता हूं. फाइनेंशियल एनालिटिक्स, बिजनेस इंटेलिजेंस, marketing analytics, consumer behavior analytics. Then you have private equity and mergers and acquisitions. Then you have behavioral finance. Then you have behavioral economics. I can go on and on and on. And all of them have demand.
Okay. Sure.
Right? क्या समझ में आया इससे आपको? कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आया? Bring your child, will tell you the exact career. Okay?
Sure, sir. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Avni, done for the day?
Okay, we were to take that kid. She's back. So let's take her and wrap it up.
Shilpi Girdhar.
Yes.
Hi, sir. I'm Aishwarya, and I've been currently preparing for my class 10 boards, and I do not have much time to select the stream, and I have been quite confused in all of the streams and what opportunities they open up to.
Beta, again, I do not know which stream you should take, but if you are in a CBSE school, couple of things that I can tell you is that if you are choosing your subjects properly, then you will be playing with 2 streams, not one. For example, if you take PCM with economics, you're both science student and commerce student because eco and maths lead to a lot of top-notch careers in commerce. If you are a PCB student and you choose psychology, you'll be a medical student and you'll still be a humanities student because the highest paid humanities careers are out of psychology and not out of other subjects. If you are a commerce student and you choose psychology, you can still go into careers like actuarial science and financial technology and financial analytics, but you can still go into careers like consumer behavior, market analysis, market research, behavioral economics, and behavioral finance, which are humanities career. So either you play around with subject combinations so well that you are not just studying one stream but two, or you take the GPath career assessment, which will cost you 4,500 rupees for 1 hour, and after 1 hour, it will cost you 5,000 rupees. Take your call, beta.
Okay, and what if I want to take PCM plus psychology?
Okay, genuinely, you can take that, but there is no great combination apart from chemistry and psychology, which leads you to one career, which is called forensic psychology. Okay. Otherwise, there is no great combination. Yes, maths and psychology is a great combination because it takes you to behavioral and analytics.
Okay. Yeah.
Am I good or what? Yes, I'm good. Okay. There was a question by ADB. Is it recommended to switch to IB from IGCSE after grade 10? Honestly, beta, that's how I like it. I even made my son shifted from IGCSE to IB simply because in IB, they allow you to take 6 subjects and you are able to combine your subjects in such a manner that bloody well all the career options are open for you. Okay. Just that you select the IBDP subjects after speaking to a good counselor. If you like us, you can call us on 9910225520. Ask your parents to talk to us so that they can understand our fees and we can take it forward from there. I know Kari Atwal has a question. Sakshi Gaurav has a question. Vinayak has a question and Jinky Kothari has a question. Kari Atwal, I think I have already answered multiple times your questions. So I will let you go this time. instead of answering your question. And I will take a question from Jinky Kothari.
Hello, sir. This is grade 8 mother. I have a daughter who will be now going in grade 9. Sir, currently she actually wants to be a pilot, but right now she's very much confused. And also she's looking for IIT also. She's good in maths. She is good in physics also. These are the two main interest subjects, and she is very much interested in computer. She's there here with me. If you
How
could
many
have a
programming languages have you learned in computer science, beta?
I know HTML, C++, and we'll be learning Java next year.
Okay. Number one, start learning Python. That's number one. Number two, beta, grade 9 is too early for you to decide whether you love sciences or not. Because just because you're getting good marks on sciences does not mean you love sciences. Okay. IIT के लिए you start preparing in grade 11 and 12. उससे पहले अपने बैकअप ऑप्शंस बना लो by writing the SATs और PSATs. आप अभी grade 9 में आ रहे हो. Please write PSAT in grade 9. We provide classes for PSAT also. It is called preliminary SAT. So give that exam and and come to us in a structured manner. But ma'am, 8th से 9th में नहीं डिसाइड किया जाता है कि शी इज अ ग्रेट साइंस स्टूडेंट बिकॉज 8th और 9th की साइंस साइंस नहीं होती 11वीं में रियलिटी स्ट्राइक करती है प्लीज इस चीज को समझो आप लोग मैं बार बार बोल रहा हूँ पता नहीं क्यों नहीं समझ में आ रहा है राइट सो बट अभी के लिए इसको क्या करना है ग्रेड 9 में इसको पीएसएटी की तैयारी कराइए साल में एक बार होता है इन द मंथ ऑफ अक्टूबर स्पीक टू आवर टीम वी विल टेल यू अबाउट पीएसएटी शायद हमारी पीएसएटी प्रिपरेशन की फीस इज अबाउट 2 लाख रुपीज बट इट विल रियली हेल्प हर to build a great profile for her college applications later, especially for abroad if she wants to go. Grade 9 is a great time for start building top tier universities ka profile. So you can ask my team about PSAT, SAT, तीन चार APs जरूर देने हैं अगर scholarships चाहिए तो and our college membership fees. You can ask them about all of that on the phone call. Avni will share the number.
Sure, sir.
Avni, I'll just take one last question.
Just last question, if possible.
Yeah.
The thing is, she's in ICSE board, and in their school, they need
9th
to
में
select
सब्जेक्ट्स
the
चूज करने
subjects.
होंगे तो काउंसलर के
हाँ.
पास लेके जाइए ना मैम हवा में मत चूज करिए
Okay.
right if
I'll
you think
contact your team then.
yeah if you think we are the good counseling team come to us yeah
Sure.
right
Yeah.
I think got to go my student is there in office I need to take her out for lunch thank you so much everybody for joining in it was lovely talking to you this Sunday afternoon and I look forward to one situation where you end up taking an intentional call about your child's college and career journey. And when I say intentional, please remember your child getting into a top tier university, it depends not on your child, but on you. I repeat, it depends not on your child, but it depends on you. With that, I'll have to take your leave. I'm so sorry for not being able to answer 3, 4 questions, but been speaking for almost 2.5 hours. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Sakshi Gaurav, next time if you join in, I promise I'll take you first. Thank you.